Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday with Delenn. Today, we are just hanging out at the moment in the yurt, and we've been doing some AFK, attempting to see how the new farms are turning out, because I couldn't resist finishing them off last night. Just something that I was really enjoying working on. So I'm going to show you where these are at, and then today's major plan is to make use of some of the hay bales that have been popping up to work more on this building and get it all detailed up. And then we'll see if we can switch up a little bit of the inventory inside, just change the way it's being stored. So you can see I've got a villager in here, and he's just working away, doing his thing. So we're still going with the minecart style. Good morning, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Thank you for reminding me. I did not fire up the bot this morning. There we go. So we're still going with the minecart style. It seems to be doing the trick because once we got the villager's inventory full, he will eventually drop weight. So just took a little while to do that. I had tried filling them up with seeds, but then it turned out that they were getting enough return that they weren't actually using the seed machine, which means that I just boxed them up. Makes it a little bit easier for me to grab them to take them over to the melon farm and compost. Not a big deal. So we're getting a few hay bales, not a ton, but I mean, hey, it's better than I was getting when I was doing it myself manually, so it's a good spot. And good morning, Luke. Good to see you. Okay, where did I hide? Oh, I picked up the table. That would be why. Because I've put it... Well, that was dumb. Okay. I'm going to change this. And change that. Just want to swap those two. I'm trying to mob-proof things, more or less, but yeah, having the table unavailable was not quite the original plan. Because, you know, mistakes get made. Okay. And now I can't reach it. What a fool. Anyway, not critical. We'll just use the one in the yurt.
Hello.
Good morning, Hobozim. Please, you could join us. And apologies for mixing it up. I just saw the first tier with the other person's name on it and got kind of confused. All right. So up to 55 bales, which is not ideal, but hey, it's better than, as I said, it's better than it used to be. I probably should tear out the farms and make them more productive, but haven't bothered. All right. Excellent. So you can see that they're doing their thing, and we're getting some bales out of it. It's not perfect. I probably should have switched out and used minecarts the whole time. Yeah.
Hello?
Not yet, actually. If you guys are hearing any excess voices or banging and thumping and whatever coming around in the background, that would be because we have two workmen in right now installing a tankless water heater. Hey, Henko, good to see you. Good to see you. So while the white is semi-accurate, I'm going to probably add some more details to it, basic stuff, just adding a bit more timbers and so on, because we're looking at a medieval build that would not have been highly decorated, but all white is kind of boring, so we'll see what we can do. First things first, though, I want to get the roof on, because I actually just hate it when it rains on me. It's quite annoying. So, yeah, that's part one. Actually, maybe I should take more hay bales with me. That would make sense. So these hay bales were donated courtesy of our server mate JBT, very, very helpful gentleman, who's currently online right now, but he said he didn't need them. He was having like me, he was having a bit of a, not a storage crisis, it's probably not a good way of putting it, an idea that he wanted a double chest of basically every block he could get his hands on, and wheat was a particularly easy one. He just managed to make it ahead of me by a good margin. So I'm not sure quite how he did. He said he manual farmed it, but I'm thinking that's a lot of work. So I don't know if that's really the case, probably, but who knows. All right, let's get this one rolling if we can. One of my goals this season, and it hasn't happened yet, but one of my goals this season is to eventually find a way to purchase a pair of what I call sneaky pants, but basically the speed sneak, because abby pokey when I do this sort of stuff, right? Just because I don't like the idea that I could fall off or walk right off the end. So the result is I make mistakes like that every once in a while. But it's just because it takes time. All right. So it won't be, I'm hoping we won't be all placing today. Do we have, oh, I shut off that one. I'm going to start us off with a geek out. Okay. Wow. 1950s. Okay. I'm not sure how international that's going to be. 4 bands or performers from the 1950s. Now, I can easily do that one, but I want to see what chat can come up with. So it's any musical bands or performers from the 1950s. Now, bands that were popular later than that would also qualify because they, as long as they were starting to be popular in the 1950s, then they would work. Funny, I was going to say funniest, some of the biggest names were from then, but actually it depends on your point of view, because if you aren't into old music, then they probably wouldn't be considered big bands in your world. Oops. I mean, honestly, Hango, you may actually have different answers than some of the rest of us, because, in all honesty, I'm only familiar with English language bands. There could have been, for all I know, some incredibly popular Spanish language bands. You're struggling with this one? I mean, we've got some. Yep, exactly. That was where I was going to go. Fantastic Sherlock Fox. That's one of the ones I figured you would know. So Buddy Holly's a good one. Basically, I mean the quote unquote the Day the Music Died crew. Oh, actually, I guess I could leave that. Bit too young. They were from the 70s, 1970s. Although I will say, sometimes one of the things that Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I have discussed over the years, yes, exactly. And one of the things that Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I have discussed over the years is that it turns out, weirdly enough, that sometimes it takes 20 or 30 years for a style or a music group to become popular in another part of the world. Good morning! Welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. Wow, give me a second on that one.
Hello. Hello.
Sorry about that. We have workers in the house working on the tankless water heater installation, and they decided that they were going to, I don't know, cut some pipe or something. But anyway, it just so happened to be right as the raid came in. So we got fireworks at this end and then big saw noises. Can't win everything, I guess. I would really like people to have warm showers. So, Fantastic Shot Fox just admitted to being double parked in Tom's by being in Tom's stream. And Tom, what were you working on this morning? I have not had the opportunity to find out. All the fun, yep. Yeah, no, we just had a really brief interruption and then I muted mics, and that's why I stayed muted, because I wasn't sure if my Stream Deck had picked up on my mic properly this morning. Yeah, we're having a new gas line put in so that it's not coming off the rest, although I'm not really sure. I guess they're going to have to cap off whatever used to go to the water heater, but I'm not... While I may be DIY inclined, I'm not knowledgeable enough about gas to be able to guess on that one. Not at the moment, no. Look, I wouldn't be surprised if they're just cutting out a piece of pipe shorter and they're just a one-off. Water elevator to an AFK iron farm platform that's then scrolled for some powdered snow. Well, that sounds like a good plan. I couldn't resist finishing off the villager-run thatch farm yesterday. Unfortunately, it's still pokey, so I may have to tear it up and switch the rails to all hopper carts, but that won't be a today project. I need a break from that. So in the meantime, we're going to use some of JBT's donated bales and work on the roof for this one and decorate up the sides, probably changing out some of the corners for more, more of the posts, because that still works theme-wise. And then we may go looking for a cow or two, because I don't have any cattle, which means that I ran out of item frames and need to... Actually, I guess I could go trade for more. That would be sensible. Oops. Yeah, that would be a sensible thing to do. Doesn't mean I'm going to do it. So we'll see. We might do some villager trading, but wouldn't mind having cows anyways, because, you know, medieval farm without a cow just seems kind of awkward. Besides, I got lucky when I had milk. I know where there are some cows over by where we were cutting down trees for the monastery section. Unfortunately, that's across the river. So I may take a quick gander to see if I can get any cows on this side of the river. See if that's a possibility. Otherwise, we may end up having cow rescue bridges be a topic. I will not be streaming tonight, although I usually do on Wednesday evenings. The reason I'm not tonight is the Broadway season is still on, or traveling Broadway season, I guess. And so I'm going out with my mother this evening to see Pretty Woman. So, Tom, I'm curious, what are you going to be using the powdered snow for? I find powdered snow to me sounds like it's the same thing as death snow, and I can't quite get my head around what people use that stuff for, other than, like, trapping people. Just... Oops. That's the one I didn't want to put in. Good. Geek out, new geek out. Okay. So, choice, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Go ahead, please choose one of the other colors, and as you're a mod, go ahead and trigger that one off. Yellow, sure. Do you want me to trigger that, or do you want to go ahead and do it? All right. I have not actually changed the... Or did I? I think it's G yellow. Yeah, I think it's G yellow now, as per your earlier suggestion. Just because red didn't look good. Replacing what you used as a safe drop area for... Oh, I see. Okay. I see. That makes sense. Yeah, it does become a safe drop area. Okay, yeah, I can see where in those sorts of builds. Okay, I can see where that is. Maybe the reason it didn't occur to me is I'm just... How do we put it? I guess the Minecraft equivalent of a Luddite, maybe? But in any case, yeah, I've not done a whole lot of things that seem to be able to use those products. I can understand the safe drop area. And know of alternatives for that, but I see what you mean. being able to use it to turn on and off things. As portal farms and stuff is way beyond my level. It's punching far above my class. So I respect those that know how to do those sorts of things. Actually kind of funny, Zim, because you'd asked me, or you commented at one point about fancy schmancy hidden doors and all this sort of stuff, and then you went and did far, far, far better than I could have ever suggested. So while I appreciated the compliment, it was just kind of funny. While I'm busy not falling off a building here, if either of you want to go ahead and explain to all of us in loose layman's terms what a portal ticking farm is, I'm sure that at least the two of us would appreciate it, Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I. It's not one of those things that we tend to do. It's really cool that people can do stuff that advanced in Minecraft, but I'm still rather literally crafting, maybe not even mining and crafting, but crafting for sure. I'm placing slow today, Jeepers Creepers. Let's see, for books, 6 titles that take place on a boat. Ooh. Moby Dick and Captain's Courageous. Usually we're only able to name series once, so I will call out Horatio Hornblower, unless that was one of the sets that Fantastic Sherlock Fox had thought of. Mutiny on the Bounty works good, yep. Good morning. Oh, they're not even in here. Give me a sec. Hello. There we go. Jello. Whoops. Well, whatever. Alexander Kent's Bolitho books? Yes. Ha! Goodwin Scrublord, Death on the Nile. Fantastic. You rang my bell pretty good. Oops, not so I don't want these. Have we hit 6 yet? I wasn't counting, I'm afraid. In Java, you use them for Guardian farms and Bedrock mainly gold farms. Oh, is that one of those ones where things go through the portal and then kind of something happens and they get shoved back, or vice versa? I think we're at 5, okay? On a boat. I guess if you want to be really picky about boat specifically, then we haven't made it yet, but we're not being too picky about boats. You could say some of the Tom Sawyer stuff, because they spend a huge amount of it on a raft, but that's not targeted as on a boat. If you're rated in, it would... Oh, yes. Yay! Excellent plan. Yeah, I love having raid viewers, I really do. But I will admit there's a bit of that dopamine pick-me-up from seeing real numbers, which just means that if you're enjoying it well enough to stick around for a little bit, then counting towards a real number just helps me have a little bit of a, I guess, mental boost, maybe? It sounds cheesy, but it really does help. Oh, and if you guys hear that, I can mute things, so just let me know. And Zim said it's best for Bedrock. You repeatedly light a portal to draw mobs in from the nether. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. Hello, Poppy! Okay, I think my voice is back. I think. We'll see. That was a little bit insane. So we've got the roof banding. From the side it looks like not much, but I actually like the red stripes being on top. Looks pretty cool. I don't know about cool per se, but maybe cool in that, yeah, it's not something I need to be defensive over anyway. It seems, what I was trying to get at is it seems for me to fit story-wise on this one, or lore-wise, because if one was thatching a roof, you would need it to be all tied together in bundles, so the red does work. But I can see a lot of reasons why people would not necessarily want the banding on, because it just looks really bland. Okay. That's just dumb. I need more blocks, because I left the other ones inside. But I was almost done to the peak of one side. Okay, so if I get out of the road, let's do a quick F4 free cam, see how that's looking. Yeah, I think it's going to have the wraparound I like, and I'll take that dirt out. Right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Back in here and steal some more of this dirt. Ooh. If I can do it without falling down to the bottom. How high can I reach? There, nope. Here, nope. There we go. Now, for the most part, we're not going to get rained on, which is nice. Okay, that'll get me a few to work with. So I get this row. The dark corners always freak me out a little bit because I keep thinking I'm going to have mobs coming in. And I may. I actually may. And I did not take out the dirt. That was dumb. But we'll get to it later. Because we'll be moving these boxes. Just a touch forward and making them into double chests. Alright. Grubboard has a favorite. Why not? Okay, well, we'll take that other dirt down after. It's not really something I need to be doing right this second. I want to get more of the design element finished up. Oop. But if I can actually put the dirt where it's supposed to go, then we can get ourselves going places. Go. Keep forgetting I have to be one back, one back, one back. There we go. This, that, there. One more. This one and that one. All right. That's that edge. Let's see if I have enough to do the other side. More Hill Champion. Wow. Thank you, Poppy. So once again, type !join if you'd like to be in on the Hill Champion. I think we got 5 books. Are we still in books? Yeah. Tales that take place on a boat. I don't think of another one at the moment, so...
Hello. Hello.
Good morning, Yellow. Good to see you. Enjoy your fight. And thank you to the Mystery Sleeper. I think I have a feeling who it is. Ah! And say congratulations to... Oh. Banned! 6 Asian actors is a hard one. I mean, at least for knowing names, right? Well, that's it. I mean, let's see. Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Pat Morita. Good morning, Tis for Truth. How are you?
Hello.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Disney. Good morning, Tiz. Hopefully you've had a good evening. So we're today what we're doing is we're just hanging out, rather literally at the moment, adding some detailing to the edge of the barn. Well, the sheep shed, as I think was I'm going to call this one. It's not really a proper barn. It sort of looks like one. That's what it's kind of modeled after, but it's got my sheep farm inside, which is not particularly notable. Where we go? Got that edge? Okay. And then in the same breath, we apparently are having a good number of Champion of the Hill runs and playing a little bit with the pop culture geek out at the moment. If you hear any bizarre noises in the background, we are getting our tankless water heater installed. And so we have a bit of background sawing and hammering and whatnot, which is fine. Let's see, H, do I have any? Okay, good. I was worried that I would have spots in here that would be too dark, but they're not. Good news. Good news, everyone! Actually, that's silly. Stop that sketch right now. It is too silly. And I thought I had... Oh, there it is. Trying to figure out where I put my scaffolding. Kind of hard to be friends with scaffolding if your scaffolding is not... Oops, is not in the box. There we go. I'm loving that trick now that I remembered it. The one with being able to put... can't even think today. Things in your hand. Yes. To put away pieces all at once. That's what I'm trying to get at. There we go. Up. Up, she said. One of the things I like about the hay is just that it's one of those things that's not easy to cut out accidentally. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. As far as I can get. You will be champion! Poppy wants to be champion in more than just their own mind. Can't blame you, honestly. Okay, so we have a prediction running, which I believe we are predicting chickens. So the way this chicken prediction works, and yes, that sounds weird, but it's true. Oh. Yay, gravitational. Awesome, forgot about that. The way the chicken prediction works is that we can... 5, 6... There we go. Is that we can toss up to 5 eggs and see how many chickens we get from said 5 eggs. It's actually not even an up to. I mean, I'm just going to toss 5 eggs, whether or not we get 1 chicken, 2 chickens, whatever, or no chickens. But it's about a 1 in 8 chance that we're going to get a chicken from any of the eggs. So we can predict whether or not we're going to get some. And it's just kind of like the 50-50s that you see on some other people's channels, but this time we're just predicting using eggs. And one of the things that I'm working on as a side project, as a result of this egg prediction, is that we're going to be coming up with some sort of chicken farm in a box type of kits. And that'll probably be my project for the market this year. I don't actually have any plans of actually selling anything normal, quote unquote. So the chicken kits are actually partially to help me with storage, to be frank. Simply because, yeah, I got a lot of chickens in one small pen, and they're making far more eggs than I could use. So it's easy for me to share it around. Okay, so I won't need to go up the roof. Well, I do need to go up the roof now, but probably not anymore. Actually, maybe I don't need to go up the roof anymore. That shall work. Let's put this one down, and I just need one hay bale. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. This time with tea. Poor Poppy's getting the shaft today. That hill just does not like her. There's some pretty good defense going on. Come on. Okay. Well, there goes my plans for the day. Welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to drop on in.
Hello.
I can figure out where my drop button is. I'll join you. Oh, nope, can't find it. That's okay. See, I'm always late to the party. And I almost spelled derp. Okay.
Hello there. Hello there.
Hello. Good to see you. Welcome on in. So, some of you know who I am. But for those of you who don't, let's see if I can find that button. Nope, not that one. There we go. So, I'm just a Canadian mom chilling out while my kids are at school, and we're playing some very relaxed vanilla Minecraft on the Dadcrush 73 Java server. At the moment, we are, I'm just going to show you with the free cam here, we're working on, whoop, wrong one, we're working on a sheep shack. Sheep shed, basically. It's pretty bland to start with, but the recent project, and I still need to clean up a lot of it, but the recent project has been, yesterday we were working on automating these farms with a little villager inside. So that's what I was all excited about yesterday. The wheat gets shunted up to here with a dropper tower, and the seeds get shunted over there with a dropper tower. But I may actually need to change it up because I've got carts underneath these three guys, mine carts, and they're pokey. The original idea of the farm design is supposed to be the villagers don't get to reach the wheat, but then once their inventories get full, they can start dropping them on the ground and they end up in the chest. But the problem is, with the mine carts, there's far too much ability for the villagers themselves to get to the wheats and seeds before the carts do. So yeah, I have to change that design up again, which is too bad because the solution to that appears to be a bazillion mine carts below the surface, and I find that just to be a right royal pain in the backside. But on the other hand, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. So the theme for the base this season, for a quick refresher for those of you that have seen this before, we are working on, oops, I had a nice castle. There we go, if I can drive, that would help. And we're going to be fencing in this whole chunk of land in the center here. The theme, the buildings are the wrong size, but that's okay. But the main theme is that we're going with medieval Shrewsbury, England, based off of a mystery series I like called Brother Cadfael Chronicles, of which there's 20 novels, and it actually focuses around a guy who lives in a monastery, but it's based on a real place and real people, and so on. Okay, oh, I can't throw eggs if I don't have eggs. Where did I... Not that. I think I left the Easter basket upstairs. So we have a prediction that just closed, and I'll just set that. We can always start another one afterwards, but the way the prediction works is that we toss 5 eggs and see whether or not we're going to get a chicken out of them. So let's just take a quick boo and see how many we have in on today's prediction. Platforms, predictions, there we go. Refresh. Well, we have 7 people in on it this time. Okay. And it's hard to say which side is actually, they're almost 50-50 in terms of points. Let's see what we've got. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Splat, 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 splat. Nope, no chickens this time around. So unfortunately, the resolution is that we are out of cluck. We got egg on our faces. Thanks, Neon. Actually, Yellow, I think hoppers might work. I'm just not sure if they're as fast. So if you think hoppers would work, I'm more willing to do that one because it's a lot easier, an awful lot easier. The other thing I could do too is, like you do with sheep farms, is I could actually also, oops, move the door. I could also shove mine carts up into the blocks from below, in which case as soon as something's broken it gets sucked in, and that'll at least keep them from rolling around. But let's see, hopper mine carts directly into the area and then hoppers connecting to a central collection area. Yeah, so that's the way I did it before. It's just getting all those hopper mine carts in there. As you guys are probably well aware, when you squish two of them together, they don't like being there. They try to squeeze out. So we'll see what we can do about that one. It definitely would be a lot faster. But in the meantime, I was working with, you saw a couple of shulkers up there. Those were kindly donated by our server mate JVT to get us on the road. Because with a space this large, although the barn's pretty big, we're actually going to fence in the majority of what you see untreed. Pardon me. To turn it all into a village. One massive village. And so there'll be a lot of house building and such. I'm just going to turn one quick reference. You'll see it pop up in just a second here. Live references. There we go. So that's the sketch from the mystery series that we have, showing what they figure the town looked like back in 1100s, 1130s, I believe. Now, giving you the quick reference on how it's built in the real place. This is the real place. So I have not done any terraforming in the Minecraft other than just simply chopping down trees and maybe a little bit of leveling on the east side. But you can see that we actually got relatively lucky in the shape that we found this year. So, going with it. Droppers with water streams. For which part, Scrublord? I'm kind of curious what you mean by the droppers with the water streams in that sense. Oh, in lieu of the extra hoppers. Probably. So the whole thing, one of the kickers that we've got here, I do have the hoppers appeal, and the reason the hoppers appeal over the droppers with water streams, aside from the fact that I've already got a dropper tower under here and a dropper tower under there, and I know droppers often go other directions too. But one of the other reasons that I would like to, I just want to suck this wheat and products away from the farmers. The actual delivery system itself, the speed of that doesn't concern me so much. But one of the reasons I don't want to go too far, and I'm going to free cam my way through. So just so you guys are aware, though I can flip through blocks, I have investigated this manually, or I wouldn't be going through. So yeah. So you can see we've got the hoppers, sorry, the mine carts doing their thing. But we are literally this close, right here, to caves. There's another one that pokes up over there. And this is the part I managed to light up. So I don't really want to go too thick, because I just don't want to run into a lot of this caving nonsense. I haven't broken into this dark one. I really should force myself into... Well, I went in there and I went, oh, creepers and skellies and whatever, oh my, and left it. But I'm thinking I could probably pop up right through this spot here and just get a little bit of a lighting. I tried, I did have a water bucket going in there, so this is sort of leftovers from my water bucket experiment. And what I had done was just washing the mobs away from that zone just because they were annoying me. But yeah, resulting effect was I got drowns, so it really did not solve the problem. So yeah, I'm less concerned about speed other than ripping the stuff away from the villagers so that they don't get it. So you can see that things go a little bit pokey around here. But I mean, the other thing is I think it might be just a shade too far from the castle in terms of keeping everything loaded. So I tend to AFK inside a yurt on the hill that was built by our wonderful server mate Wolfen. And her business, Yurts Truly. So now it's become the guest yurt, the visitor's yurt. Partly because that way I can generally guarantee that if anybody who sets their respawn there won't have a problem, because I go and rearrange the beds in the castle for the villagers rather regularly. So we can't always trust that there's going to be a reliable spawn point. But also, I'm a little short on cows. So the main section of the land you saw does not seem to have cows. I don't know why. I thought we had cows around here. I mean, I just assumed. But apparently, assumptions turn you into a donkey. So yeah. Result on that one is that we have the ability to go for a bit of a cow hunt. That's a possibility. I'm using them for item frames, but honestly, I could. It's nice to actually have them even lore-wise. Truthfully, I'll probably end up just trading for the item frames. I don't think I have the right villager for that yet. Because I don't recall having any other use for that villager at the moment. Okay, it's that one. And let's kill the dirt on the other side. So, now that we're well and truly past commercials, Jade and crew, what were you guys working on today? What sort of awesomeness was the Jade building? I saw that she was on earlier than me for a change, which surprised me a little bit. But I just assumed that, you know, life happens and sometimes things need to change, and that was that. Would someone who was hanging out in Jade's stream, if Jade's not available anymore, please let me know what people were up to. It was funny because I was actually just about to click into her schedule and see how long she was running till, like as in what was the end, and did it from my phone and went, wait a minute, well, that's not going to work because, you know, reading schedules while you're on the phone with somebody live, not so much. So you can see it's pretty bland here. I'm just going to zip into the castle storage and grab some more spruce. Ooh, I see. I like that dome that she's been working on. It's quite a big project for sure. I'm still looking forward to getting onto my big project, but I'm actually dragging my feet because I'm being lazy and don't want to have to reverse engineer my project from last season. Really should, need to get on it, but it's not much fun. So I want to rebuild the church I built last season. And I can do a lot of that from pictures and such, but I need to know the dimensions so that I can lay out the whole space, because there's more buildings to a monastery than just the main chapel or main cathedral type building. Yeah, me too, probably. That's okay. Everybody needs things switched up from time to time. So I will have to catch her VOD, for sure. I usually catch part of it because I raided into her, but I definitely have to catch the VOD on this one. When I popped in, she was working on a Lego build minute, which is funny because that came up in conversation yesterday. Someone asked me, why only 5 minutes for my Lego redeem? I said, well, you can redeem 5 more minutes. That's up to you. And they were just kind of puzzled by that. And I said, hey, Jade gets a lot of redeems in her stream, and she has it set as a build a step. So, you know, more or less count yourself lucky. That's kind of where I was going with that. But I mean, if people wanted more, they can always redeem more, right? This would probably be so much easier from the inside because I just realized. Yeah. Okay, good. I am picking the right level. I just guessed, and I don't want to do that. Come on. I want a cross beam, but I don't really like all these holes I keep punching in things. Okay, there we go. Whether you do it from the outside or the inside, it's still challenging to do. One of the other difficulties I find with Minecraft is we have blocks that are so big, but when it comes to detail, sometimes you just want a little bit of banding on something that would just go around the outside, but there aren't a whole lot of opportunities or options for that. Especially if you get an ice cold shower, right? Fantastic Sherlock Fox. For those of you that aren't hearing it right now, just a heads up, you may hear it. We have our tankless water heater getting installed, and every once in a while there seems to be a little bit of construction noise going on. I haven't heard too much in the way of like banging and hammering type of stuff, but there's definitely some sawing going on. They're plumbing in, that's not the word, fitting in an extra pipe, a gas line from outside into the house for it. so it's got its own feed. Not sure why they didn't use the old one, but I'm sure there's some sort of reason for it. In any case, that's what they were doing, and it was getting kind of loud for a little bit, so just more of an information point. But most people were saying they didn't hear a whole lot. It's probably just me hearing a lot of it by being in the place. I do know that come summer season, I have been successfully able to stream with nobody noticing the lawnmower going by outside, so that I'm hoping we're pulling on the same kind of luck. But at least it wasn't super disruptive. On the last couple of days, I've been having very, very icy sponge baths, and Fantastic Shock Fox has had some very icy showers because we had our water heater go south on Monday, and then it was either replace that or switch to a tankless. And we didn't jump at it because, of course, the initial cost is basically double what the, or at least it feels like it, what the replacing of the water tank variety would be. On the other hand, I mean, the way we use things, there's a lot of time during the day and the night when we're not using it, so it's spending energy and money and whatever to heat the water when there's nobody using it. So we just decided to go with a tankless because then it just heats it as you need it. And this one supposedly can still handle 2 showers at once, so we may not push it quite that bad, but it gives us options. Unfortunately, in the meantime, though, Fantastic Shock Fox was having his very, very icy showers. Because living in Canada is great, but we end up with quite cold weather. What are you doing way up there? Go. I'm just going to try and see if I can collect anything from back here. The old one fed the barbecue, the fireplace, and 2 furnaces. So they're concerned with getting enough gas flow. Oh, I see, yes. Okay. So where it was coming off of before wasn't early enough in the line. I gotcha. Looking at gas pressures and stuff. Okay. Well, it's funny because I kind of would have thought that the previous one would have been like that, but whatever. See, so it shows you that I don't know much about home construction. I used to know a bit about real estate, but I don't anymore. That's 20-year-old knowledge, so it's irrelevant now. But in any case, it'll be nice to have warm showers, and I will be this evening out at a Broadway show, so it's probably a good thing for me to have, you know, nice hot fresh shower to refresh everything and freshen myself up before I try and go to the theater. I mean, that just would probably be rude. Where are we here? I guess. Huh. British thermal units are such a weird one. I need up there, guaranteed, but I don't need up further. The British thermal units are a bit of an odd measurement. I don't really understand them. I'm hoping people in Britain do, because they have to worry about their gas meters. Let's see, 2 wide, 2 slots, yes, that'll work. 1, 2, 3. This will give us a bit more of a stereotypical medieval thermal look. The original reason I went with all polished diorite was actually because when I was looking at web pictures of actual medieval barns and sheds and such, that a lot of them don't have any wood design showing at all. And some of them are fully stone. They just had little breather poke holes. But a 1 meter by 1 meter breather poke hole doesn't work in Minecraft. It just looks ridiculous. So I figured, okay, well then I'll go with the other design where they basically used stone and plaster in between big support posts. And that'll give it a bit more of a typical look that most people consider Tudor, but this one would be earlier than that. So let's see, the topic we have is Geek Out Miscellaneous 6 US First Ladies. I did specify US on that one. The original card doesn't say US, but it's kind of difficult when we have international people because they're like, whose first lady are we talking about? You know, I mean, for argument's sake, we could have been talking about like Boris Johnson's wife or something. Okay, so let's take a gander outside. How does that look? Oh, missed one. And I should probably bring those all the way to the ground, but at least I can reach that from outside. Okay. You enjoy the Geek Out. Awesome. There's a lot more than you've been seeing in the game so far. As in, I'll show you guys, just give me one split sec. Oh, I thought I dropped one out here. Okay, guess not. For example, where did I put the Geek Out box? This is one of the worst packaging nightmares I have ever seen. They give you a box like this big, okay? So you can kind of see that. But yet, all it contains is a piece of paper with your instructions on it, a set of point penalty cards, which you actually punch out, so they're only not even half an inch square, and then a stack of cards. That's it. Like, the center of the box is really cheesy. See? You can see the cutout. So the cutout is all there is. So of this stack of cards, the amount that I got digitized is only that portion. So we've got a good amount left that I can actually add in there. This is the Pop Culture Edition. They also have a Family Edition, I believe, and yeah, Family Edition, which talks about science and history, and that's the only major change, I think. And the basic Geek Out is games, comics, sci-fi, fantasy, and miscellaneous. So I might look at the regular Geek Out one as well, because the family one that has science and history, but it also has pop culture, words and literature, art and music, and miscellaneous. Whereas there are pop culture categories just being movies, TV, literature, music, and miscellaneous. So some of those other ones are already covered. But the basic Geek Out one might be something worth adding at some point. It's definitely a fun way to keep conversation semi-fresh. We have a lot of internationals, so the particular question on screen right now is probably not the best. I've got a 5-minute timer on that, and anyone who wants can run the Geek Out. It doesn't have to be just our mods. So even though the mods are the ones you've been seeing run it, it's probably because they're the ones that are easily aware of it. All right. So I guess we're back. What time is it? 10 in the morning? Okay, we're good. Make sure I'm not gonna... Oh, for Pete's sake, not again. These cards keep catching up to each other. I don't know why one is faster than the other. If I can catch one. Oh, guess you're going the other way then. Enjoy. Fine. And that one went... Where did it go? There it is. Alright. I probably don't need two running around at this point. I did when I first started, but now that the sheep are spending most of the time sheared, it doesn't really matter. Okay. It's wet! There we go. So we'll take these down to the ground. I think that would look better. And then we need to go with every 2 on the outside as well. I originally wasn't going to go with every 2. But, like, I didn't know what the distance was, but weirdly enough, Fantastic Shock, oops, wrong one. Fantastic Shock Fox and I were watching a show just the other day from the British Time Team Archaeological Group, and they were looking at, what do I call it, Knights Hospitaller Preceptory or something like that. And while I don't fully know what all of those things are, a long story made short, it sounds kind of like basically Knights Hospitaller base. And I have to take this out for a lintel. And it was pretty interesting, though, because it was slightly earlier in the same century that I'm using as my theme. Ugh. Well, it is what it is. Slight earlier than I'm using for my theme, but they still had a lot of their buildings designed the very same way with the roughly 2 feet, I guess, gap. So, yeah. Other than the 2 and 2 and then 3 on the end, I think that works. And then, let's see, this I believe is 22. Just do a quick test poke. This one. This one. Let's see if we can get all the way down. Come here. Okay, fine. Lose that one. And if we have any weirdness where it doesn't fit, I don't mind that being down towards the back. And it didn't fit. Let's see. Okay. Where's the middle, roughly? Find that from the inside, it's probably easier. I build some things on odds, then I go and mess it up by building other parts on evens. It just doesn't seem to compute in my head. All right. Seems like a logical space. Which makes this one wrong anyways. Poke hole over here. It sometimes sounds like they're going to come through the wall. It's a little disconcerting. Nope, that still doesn't work. Okay, let's actually just count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Groups of 3 is 7, so I should have 7 poles along here. So 6. So I've got 6 more to, or 3 more to figure out on each side. You think we could handle this one? Let's see. 4-string instruments, yeah. Exactly. Let's see, we've got CJ, and Dub, and... Oh, string instruments, not string instrument players. Gotcha. Oh. Bugger, no. Sorry, that's not what I want. Go away, guys. That's not fair. Okay. I'm going to take this on the chicken way. Safety check. Yeah. Okay, I'm far enough out that they won't, what's the word, show. But first things first, definitely want to sleep off the night. Or the thunderstorm or whatever. That definitely gave me a jump. And sorry for the crude language, I do apologize for that. My fault entirely. Okay, so let's hang out on this back wall. Really matter? Okay, there we go. Pop through the wall. What do we got? Zombie flesh. Okay, so that was there. Huh. Okay. Well, that's a thing. I swear, twice last season and once this season. It's one thing, like, if you get a... The one I was expecting was a skeletal horse that then, when it gets hit, splits. But You guys probably would agree with me. There was nothing there. So, yeah, a little bit sus. Okay, well, I guess we have an adventure for the next couple of minutes. So what I'm going to do about that then... Do I have... Oh no, we need more arrows than that. Where is the... Do I have any in the regular bin? Yes I do. Where's the other shulker with arrows? Toolbox time. There we go. Now we make sure we have lots. Is there anything I care about losing? Not particularly. Let's put that over there for now. Carrots. Okay, well, I guess it's cleanup time. And I dumped my shield somewhere, didn't I? Great. Well, that was a brainiac move. Guitar, loot, for sure. Does anybody remember what CJ or RV Williams plays? That's a little easier in that respect. I mean, I like the horses, but we can just get rid of them in general. Aw, man. There's definitely a chicken way out to get rid of them this way. But they gave me a bit of a fright, so I just wanted to make sure my head was screwed on straight. Hey, that's my arrow. Give it back. Is it because you're still burning? Wait a sec. Didn't I start with 22 and 64? Oh, okay. I'm using the infinity bow. I didn't think I was. I have 2 or 3 different ones. And I didn't realize I had an infinity bow. In which case, it's never going to matter. Yeah. Okay, well, that was... I guess that was a non-event. Bit of a non-event. Okay, so we're figuring out... I have 3 more to put in. Space of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 into 10 doesn't work. Now I know why that works. Okay. So good. 3. 6. Okay, scratch that. We're not going to put in that many posts. We will... 3 on this one. 1, 2, 3. There, that'll work. 3, 2, 3. Sure. Why not? I mean, I'm not going to remember that on the other side, but that's okay. Bit of a non-event today, I guess. But hey, that's fine. Yesterday I got raided by Bruno, and did the stupid little fangirl thing, went, oh my, which was kind of ridiculous. But you live, you learn. Very high energy stream person, so I had to figure out a way to keep momentum going. I'm not sure that I did, so... Ugh. 2, 3, 3, 3, 2. I'm not sure I like that, but we'll go with it. Yeah, we had some fantastic Raiders today, I would say my serious score and appreciation goes to Maribel Jade for bringing the Raiders in here. Whether it was a directed raid by someone else, as in like whether someone else chose to direct the raid or whether she chose it, I still am 100% appreciative of everybody's interest, because I don't necessarily, what's the word? Sometimes you get used to the same crew. I guess that's probably the best way of putting it. Oh, and that one turned out wrong. Isn't this the other end of the same pillar? Okay, so this is my center. Weird. But I get used to the same crew, same people you talk to. And it's nice to have people that are a little bit different from time to time, but also just a surprise of who comes in. That explains a lot. What the pole I thought was center is not. What the heck? Very, very confused now. I thought this was center. Yeah, it looks like it's center on this side. Oh, center back. No? Welcome back! Welcome in, Zero. No problem. It doesn't matter who you come in with. Everyone is welcome. Even if you just get lost and you find your way in here, you're still welcome. And I actually haven't been able to catch as many of your streams, Zero, as I would like. So my question to you becomes, what have you been working on lately? Oops, just trying to find the center, and, or not the center, but the pole I was using as a center, because I know it's not quite even. Is it this one? Yes. Well, you may be considered pretty late for most folks, but I will say that when I've got an evening stream on, I do enjoy raiding you and watching your material. So it's not just when I raid. I actually still enjoy watching a lot of your material anyways. But I tend to eat quite late as it is, and I find myself multi-parked in a lot of streams, so sometimes I get a little wrapped up and confused in who's got what going on their plate. That's center beam-ish. Okay, this is the one that feels off-center. I got it. In which case, I should probably just follow these to the ground. That would make life a lot more sensible, even though it doesn't work from the outside. Lore-wise, it makes more sense. You've been playing hardcore co-op series. Oh, okay. That might be why I hadn't been seeing a whole lot of them. While I personally enjoy co-op, it doesn't always fly. So that makes sense. Let's see. Yeah. That's okay, good. So this has to move. Over by 1. Some people are really into watching group play. Some people prefer the chat angle of things. And so solo play is where it's at in that case. I don't really know what I have a preference for. I like a little bit of it each. It is a very different kind of thing. And I mean, I guess it's also fun when you're seeing people, how they work dynamically with someone else. And I think that's a really good score. I'm going to tear out the other side because it's not right. Did I put this one in from the inside? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah. And you just happened to miss, unfortunately. The fact that I freaked out briefly because I thought, oh, you know, it's just storming, no big deal. Seriously, no big deal. Not going to worry about it. Da 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 da. Standing outside the building, and right next to me, oops, right next to me goes a lightning bolt and spawns the 4 horsemen. Yippee skippy. So I freaked out because I wasn't really ready for that. And then I did it a solution the chicken way by just flying onto a roof and then pegging them off from up there. So my response to it was probably far more exciting than the actual response to how to get rid of them. One of the things that I'm not sure how they did it, but could be a possibility when working with others, is potentially having, if the other person has a machine that can run it, considering a third-party app such as, say, Twitch Chat Overlay or something like that, even light, or like something lightweight, or even something from your stream, but a way of grabbing, without the video portion, grabbing just the chat portion of what the other person you're streaming with has available, and that way you can respond to their chat as well. And that, I've seen a few people use, that's actually how I found out about that app, is I've seen a few people use something like that so that when they were co-streaming, all the people were able to see the same chat. It sounds funny, but then that allows everybody to respond to it, including the person you're co-streaming with. So if you miss something, they can catch it and vice versa. But I've run out of spruce wood, so I'm just going to take a quick look and see how unbalanced it looks. So I think I have to tear out this left side. 1, 2, yeah. So this one's wrong, and I have to figure out how to deal with the 4s on this side, because I don't really like it. But I might just go with it. 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, because that's where the beams go inside. I'm not sure why they go quite like that. Oh, yeah, because, okay, 4, 5, gotcha. But it just makes it easier. The thing I find, and it doesn't turn me off at all, but it does make things feel different, is if it's a streamer like yourself who usually, or even Tom or Jade or whoever else, if they're used to responding to chat on a regular basis and then they're now have somebody else in there who can't see chat, it's a lot easier for them to get distracted and tied up with just the person in chat with them. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes if I'm looking for Twitch versus another program, maybe it'd be, Netflix or YouTube or something like that, it's all very one-sided, and yeah. But that's me being opinionated and not really knowing what I'm talking about. So I could be talking out my ear for all we know. Okay, so that one. I did the inside in such a way that I should have lined it up the outside, and I didn't. So now lining the outside up with the inside looks really strange. But I think I might have to change up this one. Oh well. I mean, the other excuse I can lay on is medieval buildings were not necessarily all that easy to line up with each other. So it's 2, 2, 4, 4, and then 2, 2 on the other side. Basically, it's meant to be a structural thing, not a beauty thing. So, is it 2 on the inside? Yes. I mean, as it is, I just don't watch enough Twitch because I just don't make enough time for it. Last night I was quite disappointed because I'd raided into someone I really wanted to watch, and unfortunately had a meeting that I had to go to for planning for a camp that I'm not particularly interested in going to. So, yeah, sometimes that happens. I like scouting with our kids. This particular camp I'm not particularly excited about simply because I'd rather sleep in a tent than a cabin if the cabin is a variety of a sleeping loft format, which is an older style. And I'm not a huge fan of those sleeping loft varieties. Part of it is because they can get kind of noisy just with all the sound bouncing off of things. But also, this one's a bit of an older build. And I'll be honest, I don't like spiders. You guys are more than aware of that. More than aware of that. And so with the whole spider situation, I don't like it, Sam, I am, to be in older buildings, because it means that there's a lot more chance for the spiders to set in. Geek Out, what's our new topic? Our new Geek Out topic appears to be 4 TV theme songs from which you can recite a line of lyrics. I think we've had this one, so I'm going to use the broadcaster ability to put a new one in. There we go. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure we have not had that one. And we have another prediction going. Excellent, fantastic, Sherlock Fox. I appreciate that. It helps get things rolling. So for those of you that are not familiar with the predictions I do here, I toss 5 eggs, and we have predicted whether or not we're going to get a chicken out of said 5 eggs. So sometimes we do. It's a 1 in 8 chance. And on occasion, it has caused us some interesting headaches after the fact, because as our chickens mature, then we end up with, eggs for the zombies to pick up and so on, which was all well and good, except when I was underground in a cavern. So, yeah. All right, so I ran out of the spruce. I actually don't have any in storage. So we can either go farming or we can look for cows. But I think if I'm going to do that, I need to get a horse, I believe. That's probably the best way of doing it. And some leads. Either that or tear out the iron farms. Well, thank you very much for the follow, Trendy. I appreciate it very, very much. I love it. So I do have a goal at the moment. The follower goal, I think we're sitting at 210. And it's just if people like it, like if they enjoy the stream. I appreciate the follows. But to be honest with you, the majority of people that follow, and I say thanks a million, but the majority of people who follow are also ones who don't really engage. I mean, I do the same thing with, say, YouTube or whatever. Okay, we were saying, just for information, they're not all full, thankfully, but these are eggs. So we have, I don't know how many chickens, a bunch of chickens in there. And then we've got eggs coming out here. And I cleaned it up last night before I went to bed, so that's not too bad. But we have all 3 of these are full. I think we're full here. Yeah, there we go. And this one is not full yet. We've got down to there. So we have a few eggs, and I'm probably going to be putting together some sort of shop for that. Not that people necessarily need them, but it'll probably be involving shulker boxes to have sort of a chicken farm and a kit. And I might do a few different types. So one might be all the pieces you need, including the redstone and stuff for a chicken cooker. Another one could just be a basic, collect your eggs type farm. And there might even be some that just is the classic harvest it yourself, in which case it might just be a bunch of fences or something in there. Chicken coop in a box, maybe? But, yeah, that's a rat, I guess. My brain is not thinking too clearly. Let's put egg carton. Ha ha, cute. That was meant for something else, so let's grab this shulker box. I'll put it up here. I sometimes wish, maybe I just never noticed. No, I sometimes wish when you get up close it would act a bit like an item frame. Thanks, fantastic Sherlock Fox. I kind of wish it would act a bit like an item frame so that when I don't have to open it to know which one's the egg carton. But that's okay. Not critical. I just want to dump some stuff in here that I'm not really using at the moment. I don't need scaffolding to go get a cow, but I probably will need that. And I'm idly curious where I put my, my shield. So I've got a shield. Okay, you, sir, coming with me. Oh, you're not a jumper. Okay. Good to know. Oh, you're not going to get out there either. I'm going to bet you I can't get out here. Come on, open the door. Oh, it's a fence post. Yep, you won't be able to get out because that's a fence post. Decoratively, it made sense at the time. Practically, it's not very good. Number of times I've chopped this out is getting a little silly. Okay, buddy, where'd you go? Let's see if I can get out of the door yet. Nope, because of my head. Fine. That's the end of the prediction, so I'm just going to grab a lead. And there we go. Let's just grab the stack. Let's grab fence poster 2. Hey, dude, come here. You can come out. Hello. Here we go. Much better. This, that. But for just a minute, you need to hang out, okay? All right. 6:30. Oh, don't have a bed. Well, that's real smart. Nor do I have eggs. It's even dumber. We'll grab my boxes, and we'll find the eggs. Oop. I'm really glad I don't slam into the door in real life that much. Okay, so this one is the Easter basket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put that up there and get the Easter basket. Now I have a bed. Excellent. And that's not where I put my shield. All right. So it must be at the... Oh, I don't know where I put my shield. Huh. That's not good. Problematic. Yuck. That's disgusting. Fantastic Sherlock Fox. Gross. So I guess our new tank is installed, but has some temporarily sus properties, I suppose? Yick. Okay, 5 eggs. So our current... Once we have 4 users in there, ooh, and the out of lucks are ahead by a little bit. All right, 2 and 2. Let's see what we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I think I threw those too far. Yeah, I think they may have actually gone too far. Okay. Once again, I'm going to pull Streamer's Prerogative. Let's do this again. Two, 3, 4, 5. Doing right, nice and close, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Still no chickens. The result is egg on our faces. So I guess wins go to... Oops. Let's see. Neon Traveler and Fantastic Sherlock Fox made a bit of money out of this one. Egg on our face. Not bad. No. Alright, so let's get this one out. Again, wow. Just trying to level things out. You can't donate points, can you? You'd think 1 in 8 chance. It's actually kind of funny that you mentioned that here. I'll show you guys real quick, if I can. Let's see if I can get this screen to... Doo-doo-doo. Where's the folder? I have a whole folder. There we go. This one. That. Properties. There we go. So you can see on the screen there, it's not great text size, but we've had a whole bunch. And the longer lines in the second column from the right actually are the ones that talk about out of luck, grab a towel. The shorter ones say chicken for sure. And I think one of the others was no way. So we actually have quite a lot, but we've had some runs a few days ago where it actually had 3 or 4 in a row where they actually had chickens. But you can start to see there's a bit of a mix there. So, yeah. Kind of interesting to note that. All right. This one. Let's go find our horse. Now let's see, where have I not been? I have not been south all that far. So let's head south, see what we get. Wow, that's quite the high bouncing bunny. Do you have issues? Okay. Where did you go? Oh, over there. All right. And I don't know what I did with that lead. Oh well, guess we're leadless, that's fine. Oh, I know what I wanted to check. I wanted to see if I had left boxes over at the other farm. I could have sworn I actually had boxes, a box of stuff that I had left. No, guess not. Stay there for a second. Well, that's disappointing. Whatever I had done, that's disappointing. Somewhere I've got a box of convenience items where I had just put them down. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Hey, you. Thank you. So we're going to head south and see what we can see, and hopefully we can find a cow or two. Your jumping ability stinks, buddy. I mean, my ability to jump you is awful too, but... okay, I gotta make sure I don't go through... Okay, around the holes, not into the holes. For the most part, staying on the same level seems like a good plan. Okay. We missed that. Excellent. Cows. Aha. A cow. Okay. Well, we're halfway there. You the cow left over from the village. Let's see. Not much left here. And yes, that's a result of one of our egg predictions. That poor guy. Okay. Hello? Please? Thank you. Cow. Okay, cow, sir. You. Put a fence there. Put a lead on the cow. Maybe. Come on, cow. Cow. You can be tied to the fence. There. Now I won't lose that one. Let's see if we can find another one. Cats. Ooh, cats. Yay. Okay, over this way and down. All right. Trees? Trees? You're getting stuck. No chicken. Nope. No chicken, unfortunately. And now we are poking our way around looking for cows. I found one that I think was a leftover from our village. But that seems to be the only one so far. I'm pretty sure that pig was from the village too. Apparently I can't seem to go through trees today. All right. I'm going through player-sized holes, not game-sized holes. Okay, there we go. Up. Your jumping skills stink. No? Okay. beehive. Which is good because ours don't seem to have bees anymore. Not quite sure why that is. I think my bees despawned again. I have despawn curse. Curse of beehive despawning, maybe? More sheep. What is this, Scotland? New Zealand? Good grief. Sheep everywhere, but not a cow to be seen. And I can't make this one jump. Let's go east for a bit. Head into the snow, towards the snow. See what we get. We have a cow, but a cow make no breeding. Wow. English is a little bit short for today. Oops. A cow does not a breed pair make, is what I was trying to go with. Whoa! Okay, you. That was not helpful. Okay, so we know it's a peninsula. Westward ho! Best bit about the horses is you get to go faster, but also up and over things. Now, people are saying, why aren't you flying? First off, I don't see as much of the... I don't notice as much of the animal life that spawns. Second reason... Ah, there we go. Second reason is that what you see on my hotbar for rockets is all she wrote at the moment. Therefore... I would like to potentially have more. Darn it. So for those of you who haven't had one yet, let's see if I can get my Stream Deck to actually cooperate. Here we go. Cheers! As I pour coffee down my face. Great. And my shirt. That's more than half an ounce. Or 1 ounce. Water. Thanks. Thanks, game. Alright, so... I know there was a cow nearby. Where did that cow go? Oh, there's a couple of them. Okay, I'll take this one. It seems to be coming to me, more or less. Cow, come on. You are mine. Yes, you can be mine. On the way back, we'll see if we can avoid inbreeding, okay? What else have we got? There's one south of us, so... Let's see if I can get that one too. How far south? Not very. Let's see if we can get that guy. South. Do. Hello? There we go. 3. We're good. So the traversal on the way back is going to be a little bit slower, unfortunately, which is not ideal, but oh well. Do-do-do. Okay, so with this, that one. This, whoa, whoops. take these all off first. Those out of my way. One, two, three. All right, off we go. So homeward bound. And then pretty soon we're going to have its own cow barn, but we need to make sure we actually have cows. Okay, let's not take them across a gap. That'll kill them. You guys coming? Try that. If we end up with sheep too, we end up with sheep too. That's the way it goes. Uh-oh. Two. I think we got another one who's not on a leash. That one? Yeah. Come on, horse. You just can't go slow enough. Oh boy, this could be a while. What might actually be better, I think, is if I take this one on a lead as well. Because then I know I can't go too fast for the horses. Two famous psychics. Oh. Real or imagined? I can think of two famous psychic investigators, but that's not the same thing. Where's my horse? Come on, horse. There. That'll get you. Me and my strange menagerie. Come on, weirdos. Of course, I got jaded by the fact that I could actually go through so many nice places on horse that going back that way, a little more lumpy. You resemble that remake? Lumpy? I don't know. Doesn't make sense. But two famous psychics. I can't seem to think of one. I mean, I guess there's people that do, you know, mind reading type stuff. But I don't really know if that qualifies. That's more of a mentalist. Though I guess I'll take it. Here's the question, is what would you define as a psychic? I'm not at liberty to Google at the moment, but I would assume that a a psychic and a mentalist are a little bit different. But we've got another thing about the psychics is they're often the ones that will branch out into mentalism and mind reading stuff. I come down on the side there is no real such thing as a psychic. You know, or fortune tellers. Like this. Ooh! There we go. Whoa! David E. Kelly. I don't even know who David E. Kelly is. I thought that would be better than the psychics, but I guess not. Sputin. Huh. Oh, okay, well, we're not going over that cliff. Good one, Neon Traveler. Yeah, I guess. You think we have a few sheep? Really, the leads on the cows are for insurance as opposed to anything else. Just so that if things break, then we've got a chance of getting them back. But sheep in the way. Come on, horse. Come on, horse. Hey, you. While there may be more cows in the world, there's only one horse with my diamond armor. So, the reason I can't help with that Rasputin, the psychic one, is that I don't believe in psychics. Though I blame my father for that. That sounds weird. But I mean, he was a magician. And we got to meet a lot of mentalists, so people who performed mind reading type stuff and pretend to be able to read the future. And, you know, I can predict what you're going to put on this piece of paper kind of thing. And the result of that is I got very jaded. Come on, guys. Oh, we're almost home. I just need to get through these trees. There we go. Then I can put down a fence post. Two, three. Uh-oh, yep. That's what I thought. One of them broke. Okay. This one. Here, guys. Have a good night. And let's get the bed down. Where did I tie up that other one? I think it's over here. There's a post. That's got to be where it is. Where is my other cow? How now, brown cow? Rasputin's of... Oh. Really, Swanky? I honestly would have thought that you would be familiar with the rather cheesy Boney M song about Rasputin. In our age, it seemed to be at like every high school dance. Hey, you. You stay with me. So I'm trying to get cows because we didn't have any near the base. And I just don't want them to walk into the big holes on the way back. I had 8 leads when we started. I think we've got 5 of them in use and 3 of them have disappeared along the way. And all of them were grabbed from the wandering trader, so it's not a big deal. I can get some more. It takes time, right? I've also had somebody give me slime, so I can make more. Alrighty. So can we get these back before the top of the hour? Hey! Good to see you. Good to see you, Gutty. We haven't had a whole lot of chance to connect. Let's see. Yeah. Sherlock Fox, when you get the second and that one expires, can you throw out a shout out for Gutty as well? I would really appreciate that. Okay, now I have to take down the post. This one in one hand, this one in the other. Where's all my leads? 4, 5, 6. Doing good. 6 leads. Okay, we're off to the races here. I want my post back. And I want my bed back. And I want my horse back. Hey dude, come here. Thank you. We're on the last leg. Hopefully not having too many things following us. One, two, three. Nope. Buddy, come here. You're a little slow. 2, 3, 4. I know, cows, you don't like being on leads. I rode out and then I'm walking back because I just want these guys so badly. We can breed them up and have a lot, right? And in honesty, this is actually less effort, strangely, than getting a villager to do what I want. There we go. You guys coming? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Hello, piggies. I find it interesting that golden carrots interest the horses, but they don't interest the pigs. But if you use regular carrots, they interest the pigs and not the horses. Yep. Most common part of it people know, most common part of that song people know, involves Rah Rah Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. Not gonna bait me. Not on that one, anyways. Jade's far better at getting baited into singing songs than I am. Come on, cows. Do you guys have, like, issues? Come on. Down. Down. Thank you. Oh, come on. There we go. I was worried we were going to lose that one. There's one that was, like, hanging way out at the back. Okay, do we have... We've got too many sheep coming along, so let's just ditch that. Hey, horse. Horse? Thank you. We're on the good side of the holes now, so it should be a straight run home. Slow, but at least in the right direction. Which makes it a little bit easier to drag everybody with me. And your message was... Good point. Not sure who's going to be on, actually, because I know that, Rigged! Rigged! I can. We'll see what people want, actually. So let's get these guys back first, even though we're kind of at that 5-minute point. And I'll just tie him to a post. It's not a big deal. I'll take the horse back inside, but I'll tie all these other guys to a post. And hopefully they'll still be there by next stream. So quick refresher for those of you that hadn't heard. I will not be streaming this evening. The reason for that is that I am going to be out at a presentation of, well, makes it sound fancy when I say that. We're going to the traveling version of Broadway, and the show that we're seeing is going to be Pretty Woman. So, I'm looking forward to that, but my mom and I are seeing that this evening, and that means that I won't be able to be streaming this evening, but I definitely will be back tomorrow. Okay, so we dropped those guys off. They'll be there, hopefully. And it looks like, I'm just going to take one run. It's like, squirrel. Squirrel! Let's see if I can actually double check this thing before we go anywhere. Can I get the box? Wow. Okay, yes. It seemed to be performing half decently yesterday, but now it's not in the slightest. So either there's a problem in the system down below, which I doubt, or we're just not snagging from the villager fast enough, which means then that, so this one here should get picked up by a minecart, which it appears to have. And that, in theory, should end up in the box over here. Which means I have a problem. Somewhere there's a problem. I need to troubleshoot that, which may involve tearing everything out and going with the hopper carts, as we talked about earlier. Not high on my list, but essential. So, yeah, that's okay. We'll deal with that. That'll probably be started tomorrow. Honestly, I would love to have just once something that works the first time. You know? Come on. All right. Come on, horsey, horsey. No. Yeah, you're right. I really want to get into building the walls for the town so we can start building the houses and laying out the streets. I mean, I also want to get into the monastery, but we talked about that one earlier, that I'm playing the playing the avoidance game on that one just because I don't like reverse engineering things. There. All right. Well, we're back. Hello. Okay, so we're going to finish off. Actually, let's take a look and see what we've got for Lego. Lego. Hit be right back, and I will, as I said, be right back. All right, so first thing I need to do with this is just set the instructions so that we can actually see what page we're on. Let's see, present. And we are down, good grief, a lot of stuff. Coffee mug? Oh, sorry guys. Okay, what actually happened was I clunked the coffee mug with the camera and whatever, and yeah, got all crazy. Okay, so we just built the little gray section you see in the center there on the castle. So I'm just going to figure out where that was. There we go. Okay. So next bit, we are on to 54, and we need ourselves a timer. There we go. All right. 5 minutes was redeemed, so 5 minutes you shall get. So next piece we need, and why am I not seeing this? Is this bag 2? Shouldn't be. Oh, I did the snitch bit. Okay. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. We stopped here. Okay. So this one, we've got curly Q and a little pillar. What else do we need? A 1x1 there, and a wedge, and these, that thing. Yeah. Legos are not everybody's cup of tea, so if you need to lurk, go right ahead. Or refresh drinks, or whatever works for you. Okay, taking this one, curly Q on top. It's only for 5 minutes, and then we'll see whether or not people want to continue or whether they'd rather we raid it out. I'm totally flexible either way today. Because by not doing an evening stream, this sort of is my stream. So we can always get into tearing out part of that farm again. That's a possibility. We can just jump right into that. Then we have our project for tomorrow underway, you know? This one, and then the wedge. All right, and then that piece, oops, there we go. That piece goes on this side. Okay. 1 and 2, just one. Hinge. Go. Hinge goes to the back. Good, some stability. That's handy. And this piece keeps falling apart, so having a bit more stability up top is very much welcome. So Jade's group sees a lot of Lego builds because they tend to redeem. And it's interesting because she and I have been building a lot of the same sets, but I try to make a point of making sure that I don't build the same ones as her, sort of like in the same window. But at the moment, I think we're quite different. So that's a score there. And this one just slides under. I thought there'd be a pin. All right. Another one of the stabilizer hinges. On left side this time. Glenn, some days you are just completely Lego challenged. There we go. And this right-hand section to make it level. Flip it around. Put it back together. Because I built it wrong. I put the little hinge section on the wrong side of the Lego. There we go. And 1 and 2. All right, that'll hold better. Okay. Ooh, chocolate bar. And a broom, which at the moment, where did I put that? Oh, Harry's holding it. Okay. So we're starting to get down to decoration stuff. So we've got broom going up top. The chocolate bar appears to go to the right over here. Then we've got a Gryffindor sword, which I think is super cool. And that one just goes into the lower clip. like one of the knight's swords. It's not as super cool as it could be, but I think it's pretty awesome. Okay, and then bag 2. Wahoo! Let's see what we got here. 3, 2, 1. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on bag 2 till the next day. Maybe get some knolling done and sorting off camera, so that when we have our builds, it's actually 5 minutes of builds rather than 5 minutes of sorting. But it is night in game, so what's the vibe? Do people want to continue on and we'll start shredding out the farm because it obviously isn't done correctly? Or do they want us to just wrap it up and move on? I'm totally open either way. Let's just do a quick swap. No, stop. There we go. I want that off screen. Thank you. Glad to be right back. So everybody said they're flexible, but I would like to know, do we want to go ahead with tearing out the farm today, or should we hold that off for tomorrow? I've still got a lot of banging and thumping going on in my house, so I don't have any objection to doing it either. Let's see what we've got going. Aha. After a momentum loss, I think actually, I noted our buddy Gutty has just started up his own. He's working in his hardcore world, and he says explosions equals fun. So I think it's probably related to his tunnel bore. So I think that's where our best bet is at the moment. And I think we're going to turn around. So I'm going to call it for the day just because of the momentum loss. And we'll be back tomorrow, but we know what we're going to do then. We're going to tear out the farm base and play around with putting in the, what do you call it? I can't even think today. Let's switch a little bit. Transition. There we go. So I think we're just going to wrap it up and call it. And tomorrow we're going to get back into game and we're going to tear out some of the farms one at a time and see where the problem was for where the wheat's getting jammed up. And then look at putting down hoppers and hopper minecarts just to try and get the system a little more effective so that it's sucking the wheat away from the villagers, and cross our fingers, hope our lucky stars will hold, and that we can get everything working. So in the meantime, we're going to head off to Gutty, wish him our very best. I'll get that raid started, and then we can, what's the word? Say our thank yous and so on. Okay, there we go. Yep. Magic button.
Mischief managed.
All right. As always, I want to say thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much to our mods this week. Thank you also to Scrublord, Tiz for Truth, Hobo Zim, Fantastic Shock Fox, and Benson for being our subscribers. And we had a good set of viewers this week. So I'm just going to let those scroll up the screen very gently. If your name did not appear in the list, then that's perfectly fine. Thank you very much for arriving and for the lurk. Special thanks to ITT Tom for the raid and to Maribel Jade for the raid. I appreciate both of you. Thank you very much for bringing your people in. I hope everybody has a great time. Please give our best to Gutty, and I will be joining you very shortly over there. So have yourselves a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.